So I'm going to talk about how to have faith in God for everything. I'm going to give you 4 key points to follow to have faith in God for everything.
Hebrews 11 verse 6 says, without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to God must believe that he exists, and he rewards those who earnestly seek him. And one of the things the Lord wants me to share with you as we begin is that you have to believe every time you come to God for anything that you can expect to receive from him. The Bible says without faith it is impossible. There are not too many times in the scriptures as it relates to God and you that the word impossible is used. One of the times we see the word impossible used is when it talks about faith. It's interesting how the Bible is very intentional with words. The Bible says it is impossible to please God without faith. I always wondered, why didn't the Bible say it's impossible to please God without love, without joy? But the Bible says without faith, it is impossible. The word impossible means there's no way. So when you come to God, you must believe. There must be a certainty in your heart that this God you have come to, today is Saturday, September the 13th. You must just be so certain in your heart that this God is real, that this God is dependable, that you can trust this God and you can believe him. And not only is he able, he is faithful. That which you desire from him, you can receive it. The Bible says you must come to God with faith. And you must also believe that he rewards when you seek him. In the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 8, the Bible says God planted a garden in Eden. Eden speaks about a place of pleasure, a place of good things. And God put man in this garden called Eden. And in the place of Eden, this beautiful garden, God put everything that man could ever need. And he called it good. So we see God in the very beginning. And it's so important that you understand that from the very beginning of time, God's intention for you has always been good. And when he created the garden, he put man in this garden. And the garden is called the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Beauty, the Garden of Splendor, the Garden of Enjoyment. And in this garden, everything that was good was there. God provided for man because he's a good God. You must understand the motivation of God's heart towards you is good. From the very beginning, it has always been good. God has always been a good God who always provides, who always does good things. He never changes. If I ever want to understand where somebody is coming from, I have to go to the very, very, very beginning. And the book of Genesis paints an image of this God who is a good God, who is not just a good God in the things he's created. We also see that he is a God whose motivation for you is good. The Bible says, not only did he have the garden called Eden, I already said that Eden speaks about a place of beauty, a place of pleasure. But God in this garden put every good thing that you can imagine. He also put good food in the Garden of Eden. We're talking about why we can put our faith in him, why we can trust him. The next verse I want to share is in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. The Bible says, when God made you and he made me, he said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion. When God created you, he made you in his image. The Bible says he made you in his image and in his likeness. You can never imagine how great God thinks about you. That when he thought about you, there was nothing else that he could use to equate the value you have to God but himself. He made you in his image, in his likeness. I want you to really just understand what God is saying to you tonight. When he thought about you, when he thought about making you, he thought about bringing you to creating you in his image and his likeness. You know what image means? Image means the representation, and likeness means how something functions. God created you to look like him and to function like him. And that's why when you come to God, you must understand His thoughts towards you are powerful thoughts. Because when He thought about you, He made you in His image and in His likeness to be like Him and to function like Him. Because God's thought about you from the very beginning has always been amazing. There's nothing that can be compared to you except God. He made you in His image and His likeness, and He did not just stop there. The Bible says, and God said about you, let this man have dominion. Do you know what a dominion means? From the very beginning, God's original intention for you was for you to absolutely have no oppression, nothing to come against you, nothing to be over you, nothing to be a hindrance, nothing to be an obstruction. I want you to understand, not only did He make you in His image and in His likeness, this God gave you dominion. He created you to be in a place where you function above every circumstance, where nothing, absolutely nothing in creation is over you as a hindrance or as an obstruction. The Bible says, and God blessed them. Bless who? Man. God blessed you. First, He created the Garden of Eden, right? This beautiful place. And He created man. He put man in this place, all right? And we know He created you in His image and His likeness, to be like Him and to function like Him. And then God blessed you. You know what it means to bless? God proclaimed some words over you. He established some words over you. He said, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, subdue it, and have dominion. You know what it means to bless? To bless means empowered to prosper. You have got to understand this God and His thoughts towards you and His commitment towards you and His love towards you. The Bible says, not only did He make you in His image, in His likeness, and give you dominion, He didn't just stop there. He placed man in this garden, this beautiful garden called Eden. Not only did He do this, He blessed this man. He proclaimed a blessing. He said, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, subdue it, have dominion. Why must you know this? You must understand God's original intention for you was not to be oppressed by anything, but not to be hindered by anything, not to be the bottom, not to suffer, not to struggle. God's original intention for you was the blessing. And why do you need to understand this? If God's original intention for you was the blessing, if God's original intention for you was to be fruitful, to multiply, to fill the earth, to subdue it and have dominion, in everyday life, if there's a struggle, why won't this God be on your side? From the very beginning, His thoughts and plans for you has always been good. From the very beginning, His agenda towards you has always been a good agenda. The Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, He said, He blessed man. He said, be fruitful, multiply. You know what be fruitful means? Be fruitful means that you do well. You bear fruit. You are productive. You are shining forth. You know, to be fruitful means that you don't remain the same, right? To multiply means that you are advancing. All of these thoughts should really give you images in your mind about God's agenda towards you. And He said, not only should you be fruitful, to multiply. He said, on this earth, to subdue this earth, to have dominion. Child of God, you need to understand, it is God's agenda for you to subdue this earth, to rule on this earth, not as the tail or as the bottom, but at the very top. That's why He created you in His image. He's His likeness. He created you for rulership. He created you for more. He created you for abundance. He created you for greatness. He created you to live high and large and to do well. Why must you know this? What you believe about God matters. What you believe about God matters. It matters what you believe about God. It matters what you think about God. The Bible says, if God be for you, who can be against you? It means that you need to know that God is on your side. He has always been on your side. From the very beginning of time, He has always been on your side. And the Bible says, this very God who created the whole world, of all the things He made in all creation, and the Bible says when He made the whole world, He said it was good. Not one thing did He create that He thought about this thing to create them in His image. The Bible says that the psalmist, that the angels in the book of Psalms, they say, what is man that you are mindful of him? The angels are looking at God and saying, what is this man that you are so mindful of him? What is so special about man that you think such amazing thoughts about him? The Bible tells us that He has loved you with an everlasting love. And this love began at the very beginning of time. From the very, very beginning of time, God has loved you. God's thoughts about you from the very, very beginning has always been good thoughts. Thoughts to do good to you, thoughts of positivity, thoughts to see you do well, thoughts to see you flourish and prosper. And you must always be established in this truth. What you believe matters. What you believe about God matters.
Have all the key points I've shared tonight have helped you to know how to have faith in God for everything. I want to say thank you for tuning in with me for that awesome episode of my program. Join me next week for another amazing episode of my program. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.